Hello Pokemon trainers, welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Battle Stadium singles video here on iStar Elite TV. This is part of my Road to Master series, where of course I try to climb the online ranked Battle Stadium singles ladder, and this month, this season, I have been doing, I guess you could call it like a Road to Masters with one team, although I'm not just using this team as you saw in my previous video, I am also making new teams as well, but this is the team that I'm mainly focusing on throughout the climb to Master Ball tier. I'm already at Master Ball tier, but now I'm just trying to see how high I can get in the ladder and stuff like that. So again, I've had several videos so far this season where I've kind of updated this team and developed it over the course of these battles as I battle more and kind of learn more about the team and see what's working and what's not. So I have a new update for the team, and for the first time with this team, I have a code for you in case you want to try it out. I do like where the team is at so far right now, although I am currently also recognizing a couple things that I also might want to change, but I do really like where this team is at. And from the last video that I did with this team, I have made a couple of small adjustments. First of all, I have finally swapped out Urshifu and I've swapped it for Chien-Pao. I figured, you know, Urshifu is a great physical attacker. It's a strong Pokemon. So is Chien-Pao. Chien-Pao is a very good Pokemon in the meta right now, and it just does a good job. I felt like it just does a good job of handling a lot of things that I wanted Urshifu to handle, but it does it better in my opinion. Although, of course, Urshifu has its own strengths, and again, I know Urshifu's a good Pokemon, but it just was not working for me personally. I guess maybe my playstyle or the way I was trying to use it or whatever the case might be, I just was not having success with Urshifu, but Chien-Pao is a Pokemon that I've used before, and it's very strong, so I don't think too much explanation is needed. The interesting thing is, if you saw my previous video where I had the Rillaboom Sneasler team, this is the same exact Chien-Pao set that I was using on that team, which is Terra Electric with Terra Blast, Icicle Crash, Sucker Punch, Sacred Sword. I will say I'm kind of longing for a better dark type move or another dark type move like Crunch or Throat Chop in place of one of these other three moves. If I'm going Terra Electric, I think I should definitely have Terra Blast. I think Icicle Crash is also, you know, a necessity. Sacred Sword is also pretty good on Chien-Pao, but if I'm going to cut one of these moves, I do think it might be Sacred Sword. So we'll see how that plays out. If I feel in this video that I still want to keep, you know, if I still want to keep switching, or if I still want Sacred Sword gone, then I probably will switch that for Crunch, because Sucker Punch is also another move that I think is kind of a necessity on Chien-Pao. But anyway, that's Chien-Pao for you. And then the other update I did was a very small one to Skeledirge. So I'm still using Skeledirge, but the difference now is that I've tweaked the EVs a little bit. It's now max HP with a little bit of investment in defense, and then the rest of the investment in special defense, which allows me to take on Pokemon like Fluttermane a lot better. But pretty much all special attackers I can handle a lot better with Skeledirge, because I'm already really good at handling physical attackers. So yeah, it just makes me a really well-rounded tank, and I've just been really loving Skeledirge. Honestly, I've been bringing it in a lot of battles, and you know, it's great. It's back. Everything else on the team is exactly the same. There's the team code if you want to try it out. Let's get to a couple battles here. We have battle number one right here. My opponent has Dragapult. That's the first thing I notice. And, you know, Dragapult is a Pokemon you definitely do not see that often anymore, but in all the times I faced it in this most recent season, it's given me trouble. So Dragapult is a Pokemon I really don't like going up against. They also have Iron Bundle. They have a lot of really good Pokemon. They have Iron Bundle, who's also really fast and really good. They also have Fluttermane, who's very good. They have Meowscarada, which is a little more beatable, but also still pretty good. And they have Garganacl. They also have Lucario. This is like the second Lucario I've seen, which is interesting because it's not a fantastic Pokemon. What do I like here? I actually think I like Garganacl, although a lot of their Pokemon are good against Garganacl. I actually think I might want to lead with it, because if they lead Dragapult, Garganacl's actually pretty decent against it. From there, I do like Breloom. I think I want to bring Breloom in the back. I just don't want to bring Breloom if they lead with Dragapult or Iron Bundle, because then I might struggle there. And then from there, Dragapult is still kind of scary. Fluttermane and Meowscarada could be an issue. I guess also, Fluttermane and Meowscarada, that's actually not amazing. I'm going to bring Bundle and just hope for the best. This is an interesting team by my opponent, and I don't feel like I had the most well-reasoned logic for bringing the Pokemon that I did, but we're going to see how it goes. And you'll notice fireworks in the background, which I think is really cool. I think it's because the World Championship is this week, so I guess they're celebrating that, which I guess is cool. It'd be cool if they had a different background here, like fireworks in the background. That would be amazing. They lead Flutter Mane, which I'm really happy with because my ability effectively allows me to resist Ghost. And they have the booster energy. Is that what it's called? I forgot. I think that's what it's called, which is awesome because it means that if they end up switching out, wow, yeah, if they end up switching out, sorry, I'm like thinking ahead. If they end up switching out, then they waste the booster energy. We're gonna go for Salt Cure though, which might not break their sub, but it does, which is excellent. Now, this is actually a little scary, the fact that they're going Substitute, because we don't have like Skeledirge, because Skeledirge is nice because it can ignore things like Calm Mind. And in fact, yesterday off camera, I had a battle where my Skeledirge took on a Flutter Mane who was trying to set up Calm Minds. I guess they forgot about Unaware because they set up a couple Calm Minds in my face, and it basically did nothing. That's what Skeledirge's ability does. If I keep breaking their sub though, this is just fine by me. I am max special defense. I also think that like if they ever just go for a move here, that's also not great for them because I'm just going to get Salt Cure on them, and Salt Cure is a really annoying move because it'll do damage to them every turn. So as long as I keep breaking their sub, I'm in a good spot here. And I am breaking their sub, which is good to see. It's just that I'm worried like maybe it's a low or like a high roll on damage, and then if I end up getting a low roll, then you know, it doesn't matter. But they're kind of wasting their Flutter Mane here because they have booster energy, so I know for a fact they don't have one of those berries that boosts one of their stats when they get low, which sometimes Pokemon that run Substitute will hold. So I don't know what the thought process was here because they basically just completely wasted their Flutter Mane. Unless they're kind of doing this on purpose to waste their Flutter Mane to go into something better. Because maybe, oh, they have Pain Split. Okay, well that's still fine by me because I get off a Salt Cure. So even if they set up a Substitute again, it just kind of doesn't matter. So here, this might be a little risky, but I'm actually just going to set up Stealth Rock because I know if they go for Substitute, they're just eventually going to go down to the Salt Cure anyway, so I'm just not afraid of that. I guess I could have gone Salt Cure right here, but I just want to get, I think just getting up Stealth Rocks is also just great. They do withdraw, they could go into Meowscarada. They're probably predicting a Salt Cure, but Salt Cure is just good against most everything, so... Alright, so they go into this Iron Bundle. This might force me to Terra. That's actually a really weird play on their part as well, because what am I trying to say? Because if I had gone for the Salt Cure like they expected, that would have been really bad for them, because it would do super effective damage, and then it would do additional damage over the course of the following turns because they're a water type. Anyway, what I choose to do here is just Terrasilize so that I'm not weak to any of their moves and go for the Slack, or Recover, whatever move it is. I should live this, although Bundle... Ooh, no. Okay, that's rough. That's really bad. Okay, well, we're in a rough spot now. I think I can go into Breloom, though. I think Breloom's a decent choice. You know, Breloom's bad against Dragapult, so if Dragapult's their last Pokemon, then I think I'm okay with this. Like... Basically, my point is, like, I have Focus Sash, so I survive any hit from them, so I'm just going to go Bullet Seed. And if they try to switch, okay, cool. So they do miss that one. That's great. That's a lot of damage. They might be Choice Specs. If I hit 3 times, they're gone. And then if they go into Flutter Mane... Oh, they don't. Oh, well, I mean, that's fine because I have Mach Punch, so... If they go into Flutter Mane, they're also kind of dead. They do withdraw. I kind of thought they might go into Flutter Mane here because it's like a free switch predicting the Mach Punch. I kind of thought this was going to happen, so I was thinking there's a chance I could have just gone for the Bullet Seed anyway, but I was just playing it safe. So, Bullet Seed. They go Moonblast. Yeah, so that's going to get my Sash. Man, if I had just predicted that... Especially if I was kind of expecting, if I was kind of reading it as them being choice specs with their Iron Bundle, I probably should have made a smarter play there and just gone for the bullet seed. I didn't really have too much to lose because even if they stay in and hit my sash with their iron bundle, they still go down anyway. So I don't know. And they go Lucario as their last. That's really interesting. They have not Terrastalized, so they very well could Terrastalize here. What do I do? They're just gonna Extreme Speed, I think. It's actually rough. I'm gonna Mach Punch in case they don't Extreme Speed. Wow. What? Hopefully they're Life Orb. They go Bullet Punch. Interesting. So good thing I didn't go Spore, because I almost did. No Life Orb? Okay. Oh, they are a Life Orb. Interesting. Okay. So now, this is kind of fun. I mean, I think I'm good either way, actually. Yeah, I think I'm good. They could have Mach Punch, but I don't think they will. I think I just go Freeze Dry. I don't think it matters. Like, I could go Sub. It's kind of all the same. I'm gonna Freeze Dry just in case they click Close Combat. They do Terra. But even though, like, they could Terra into something that resists Ice. I mean, they already resist Ice. Oh, Terra Normal Extreme Speed, I see. Okay. Well, it's gonna come down to a speed tie with Iron Bundle. That's gonna determine the game here, everyone. Which is, you know, one of the most annoying ways for a battle. Ooh, that does a lot of damage. One of the most annoying ways for a battle to be determined. I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters that they got all this damage on me, because I do think it's just going to come down to a speed tie. I think I would have, like, if I lose the speed tie against their bundle, I lose anyway, because they're gonna Freeze Dry, and assuming they are choice specs, I'm dead to that anyway, right? So I don't think it matters there, as long as I survived there against Lucario. They go into bundle now, and again, it's a 50-50. We know they don't have booster energy because their Flutter Mane did. I guess they could be Choice Scarf. Could be Choice Scarf. If they're Choice Scarf, they guaranteed win here. If they're Modest or not max speed, then I win. They're taking a while. I wonder why. Do they die to Stealth Rock? I don't remember if they were so low on health that they're going to be dead to Stealth Rock. I don't remember. That could be the case. It could be why my opponent's taking so long here. They're rage quitting. They're raging. All right, they finally send it out. Yeah, they are dead. I wasn't paying. I just didn't pay attention to the fact that they were dead to Stealth Rock there. I forgot how much health they had left. I should have paid more attention to that. But either way, we win the battle here. I was dumb for saying it was going to come down to a speed tie, because you can't speed tie if there's Stealth Rocks on the field. So even though there were a couple moments in that battle where, you know, I made a choice, a conscious choice, and it ended up not paying off for me super well. I mean, the first one that comes to mind is going for Stealth Rock on the Flutter Mane instead of Salt Cure, and they ended up switching into Iron Bundle. If I had gone for Salt Cure there, that would have been amazing. I would have caught the bundle. It ended up, of course, not mattering because I went for Stealth Rock in that case, and Stealth Rock helped me win this battle, so that's great. And then the other one is when I went for the Bullet Punch, or sorry, when I went for the Mach Punch against the bundle, thinking that there was a good chance they were going to switch into Flutter Mane, but not wanting to take the risk. The risk would have been worth it, but of course, at the end of the day, I still won. So good game. Let's go to the second one. All right, already off to a rough start here. They've got Tinglu and what's it called, Toxapex, which I do not love. They also have Dragonite though, and one big reason why I brought Skeledirge to this team is because of Dragonite, because I was just really struggling against that Pokemon. There's a lot of options here. A lot of options. Between their three potential leads, like Tinglu, Bundle, and Toxapex, I think all of them are pretty likely. They're all good. And I think Bundle just kind of matches up well against all of those. I think Bundle just matches up really nicely against this team. I could bring Skeledirge. The thing about bringing Skeledirge is if I bring it, I'm typically Terrastalizing it. So if I bring it, I'm kind of committing to the Terra, which I think is fine. Is Skeledirge good here? I actually think Skeledirge is okay here. And then I think Chien-Pao can help cover what Skeledirge maybe struggles against. I think this is a good lineup to bring, and we get to try out the Chien-Pao for the first time on this team. I mean, it's Chien-Pao, like, you know how good, like everyone should know how good it is at this point. But I do think this looks like a good lineup for me. I definitely need to work on like the team preview. The team preview I think is probably my weakest part of a battle, because basically what I end up doing is looking at all of my opponent's threats and like I try to assess what they might bring, but to me it's kind of all the same. I kind of like bring 3 Pokemon that I think are kind of generally good against like most of the Pokemon they have, or most of the Pokemon they're likely to bring. I need to get better at identifying like what my opponent will very likely bring, which is something that I don't think I'm great at. Wow, they have a Beast Ball Chien-Pao. That's awesome. I'm jealous. Okay, they lead Chien-Pao. This could be rough. Usually lead Chien-Paos are Focus Sash, so we very well could be losing Bundle here, and they probably have Sacred Sword. I'm gonna sub and just see what happens. They're very likely to go Sacred Sword here. I don't want to switch. I guess if they do go Sacred Sword, there's a chance I could go into Skeledirge, which is a little scary. Because I'm not max defense anymore on Skeledirge. Iron Bundle's so cool though. I think it's become one of my favorite Pokemon. Like Delibird's always been really cool, but having like a really strong version of Delibird that's like top tier, it's great. They go Terra Grass. Interesting. Wow, okay. So assuming they don't have like Choice Scarf or something, I'm actually really happy about this because we scouted what they do and now we can hit them with a super effective Freeze Dry. Maybe they go Swords Dance. They go Terra Blast. Okay. Still pretty scary. So they're gonna break my sub. Now I get to go Freeze Dry. Even if they have Sucker Punch, I think I live. I might not though. I'm assuming they're gonna be Focus Sash. So let's see. Could be Choice Scarf, but usually, like I said, it's gonna be Focus Sash. I can Freeze Dry here. I could also like Encore and then go into Skeledirge, but that's also kind of weird. Okay, we do a lot of damage, but doesn't tell us whether they're a Sash or not, because it kind of doesn't matter. We're dead here. And then what I might do is go into my Chien-Pao and just Sucker Punch, because the cool thing here is that now I'm still a Dark type and they're not. So like, if we both go Sucker Punch, I get the better end of that deal, but we're definitely behind at this point, right? Although taking down a Chien-Pao early and getting their Terra is really good. So let's go Sucker Punch here. Worst case scenario, if they switch out here, I mean, that's not great for us, but we also have the Skeledirge in the back. And honestly, Skeledirge looks like it could potentially solo their team, like potentially take on all of their Pokemon depending on who they brought. So yeah, they do end up switching, which is not super surprising. And they go into this. Okay. That might force a Terra for me. Might force a Terra. Yeah, I think that's going to have to force a Terra here, which is rough. Toxapex is another really annoying Pokemon. But given that they've already Terastallized, I mean, Chien-Pao's also really good against their team. So this might not be the worst thing. Their Chien-Pao also cannot take any more hits. Like, literally any move from any Pokemon will knock it out at this point. So it's good to know, but the huge risk here is if my Chien-Pao faints, I probably lose. So they're switching. Okay. Is it Ting-Lu? It's Dragonite. Wow, okay. That's really interesting. Huh. I'm assuming they're going to be bulky Dragonite. Might have Rocky Helmet, which would be really annoying, but now, and something that could be very annoying as well is if they kind of go back and forth switching into Toxapex, predicting an ice move, and then switching back into... Although at that point, they don't have a good switch into Terra Blast, so I think I'm fine with that. I'm going to go Icicle Crash here, and if they switch in Toxapex, I don't care, because then I just switch to Terra Blast, and at that point, they have no good switch into Terra Blast, so we're in a good spot here, I think. They could go Extreme Speed, which honestly is scary. They're like Choice Banded Extreme Speed. And because I use the Terra now, Skeledirge is going to struggle against their Dragonite if Dragonite has Earthquake, and it's going to struggle against Toxapex because Toxapex is a water type, and it's going to struggle against Chien-Pao if they have like Crunch. So really scary stuff here. They do switch. Okay. But like I said, this is fine because even if they go Pex, like it's going to take some damage. Oh, they just decide to sacrifice this. Okay. So that removes one big threat for my Skeledirge. I mean, again, though, like, Toxapex versus Skeledirge is not a matchup I'm particularly excited for. It's kind of a weird play, though. Like, if there's one Pokemon that could potentially take down my Chien-Pao, like, somewhat easily, it's their Chien-Pao. So, because, like, at that point, now that I'm no longer a Dark type, we could both go Sucker Punch, and if they win that exchange, then that could be really good for them. And then they go into this. I wouldn't be surprised if they go for Baneful Bunker. I'm just going to Terra Blast, though, because I don't want to mess around, and if they go, like, Chilling Water, then I'm in trouble. Yeah. Hopefully this does enough. Oof, yeah, that definitely does enough. Chilling Water would be annoying here. Okay, they just go Toxic. Okay, that's fine. Because now if they Bunker, I'm already poisoned, and if they Chilling Water, I'm going to knock them out. So, and I do not think they can switch in Dragonite. The problem here is if they stall me out enough, Dragonite can come in, and if it has Earthquake, it's gonna destroy my Skeledirge, but I kind of think I might have to just kind of keep playing things out like this. I don't know that that every Dragonite has Earthquake. So this right here I think is the pivotal moment of the battle. Oh. Okay. Never mind. Okay, wow, alright, well, whatever, dude. I mean, I'm not certain, this might not knock it out, but I think it very well could, because their multi-scale's broken. I was gonna say this is the pivotal moment of the battle, because I have to decide, yeah, perfect. Because I had to decide at that point, like, what to do, assuming their Dragonite was gonna be their last Pokemon, because I was foreseeing a world where, like, I do everything it takes for my Chien-Pao to knock out their Toxapex, but then my Chien-Pao faints to like the toxic damage and the poison damage. Or, I'm sorry, the Life Orb damage and the poison damage. And then if I go Skeledirge and they have Earthquake on their Dragonite, then it's kind of GG. I think I can survive. I think I can just do this. Perfect. Wow. I don't know what my opponent was doing. They made some really interesting plays there where I'm not really sure why. Like, I feel like if they played that really well, we had a really tough battle on our hands because, again, Toxapex is really good. Chien-Pao is really threatening. That's the problem with Toxapex, though, is like if you're just gonna bring it on a balanced team or just like a somewhat offensive team, it does struggle. It excels when you can switch it with other Pokemon that complement it and just start playing those mind games with the opponent. So I've been seeing a lot of Toxapex lately, surprisingly, but I don't think it's amazing. I think a big reason for it is probably because like Pokemon like Urshifu are really good, and Chien-Pao for what it's worth, but if you just go Terra Electric on Chien-Pao, that just doesn't matter. So that was a great battle, and that's going to be it for today. I just wanted to do a couple quick battles to update the team and stuff, show you the updates on the team. And I had a lot of fun with that, and the team looked good, honestly, and I just love how well Skeledirge has been doing. Here's my Mew. I just made a video as well, how to get Mew in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, so you can check that out. If you want Mew in Scarlet and Violet, it's free, it's easy. But anyways, that's the team for you all. That's the battles for today. I will continue battling offline and updating the team. Of course, let me know if you have any suggestions for the team moving forward. I am looking at potentially swapping Gholdengo and maybe Breloom. Breloom has been good in certain cases, so I think it's still worth using. Gholdengo's the one Pokemon though where I'm like, I would probably benefit if it were something else. I wonder if there are any good, strong ghost types in the meta that I could swap it for. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe for more Pokemon Scarlet and Violet videos, and I'll see you next time.